It's late as fuck, it's cold as fuck, and I'm once again being late on this type of video. And guess what? There ain't shit to do post-Christmas. You got two options: to play on that brand new PS5 your parents just bought you, or sit inside, watch it snow, and watch some brand new anime that came out. Now let's stop the yapping and jump right into the video. We're starting out all the way back in the good old days when Sakamoto was still just a youngster starting out, whooping everybody, being a peak assassin, stopping at nothing to get a kill. Then he falls in love with a woman that redefines his whole entire world. She explains it so well by jumping off in a 100-foot wall thing. I do not know what this is, so please tell me what the fuck this is. And Sakamoto comes to her rescue. But this is the moment where everything changes. She says, "Didn't you think just now how sad you'd be if I died? You saved me because I mattered to you." Everyone has someone to cherish them, and he swore a vow to never kill again. That brings us up to speed. Now overweight and still having a whole lot of kick-ass left in his system, he has to deal with people from his old organization coming back to kill him since he decided to leave all those years ago. He meets some old friends and some new friends that become part of his new team. Shin, who he used to work with and was sent to put down Sakamoto, and Lu, who was saved by both of them after some people that killed her family chased her down as they were trying to get the key that would let them into the family's secret safe. We get epic showdowns like when Sakamoto beats two goofballs trying to kill Lu with nothing but kitchen utensils, or the amusement park where Lu and Shin have to stop assassins from getting to Sakamoto. They end up having very unique fights, like Shin ends up fighting on a roller coaster and ends up in a bunny costume. Yeah, not this one, but this kind. And since he's poisoned, he can't really see very well, so he ends up reading Sakamoto's mind and he figures out how to dodge and beat his opponent, which is fire. And yeah, I forgot to mention Shin can read minds. There has been criticism of the animation, which sometimes does fall flat, but overall it's been pretty consistent. When Sakamoto locks in though, that's when shit hits the fan. Oh my god! You're gonna be able to enjoy the show as Lu flips shit in a haunted house or locks in during the fighting moments. That will make you stand out of your seat and root for more and more. There's a whole bunch of bad guys who have unique traits, unique abilities, and unique weapons. It's fire as fuck. It's a fun ride and I think one plenty of you will enjoy. This shit starts like it never left. We get aura farming moments, we're getting to see how high his power has grown, crazy ass fight scenes in the snow, and we get to see where he really starts truly cooking. And the animation is just as good as it's ever been. Jin-woo and his army with Ignis and Iron are just going nuts, and we are just starting to get a teaser of what Jin-woo really is. After the elf man said, "You're obviously not human," which makes you think, what the fuck is this power really? And did him coming back really change what he is? Is he no longer a human? It's a really cool internal question you can have with yourself as you watch each episode. There's so many players now involved with this story. Now that Jin-woo has went above and beyond and became a true S rank, you get to see all the guild leaders that want him to join the ranks. And you even get to see how powerful some of them are. Even the head honcho of the Hunters Association in Korea wants him to join, but he declines because he wants to fight to keep leveling up and get stronger so he can put that elixir of life together for his mother. Even the woman who can't stand the smell of anything gets infatuated by him. He really is Mr. Aura now. Each fight scene, you really wonder what the fuck is going on at A1 Pictures because they are spazzing like crazy. Every fight scene looks like it was made for a movie. These fights are the bright spots for the show that keep you coming back week in and week out. Like, look at this. I feel like a kid again. That's the type of hype and emotions that come out when I watch this show. If you're putting yourself off from watching it, you better start watching it because apparently next arc is going to be crazy. Which is insane to say because this season has been way better than the first season. And I love his ability to make enemies come back to life and fighting with them like Ignis. I could go on and on about this show, but if you ain't watching Solo Leveling yet, just go watch it. You won't regret it. Fantasies have ran wild this winter. There was literally hella that dropped, and none of them really looked interesting, but one caught my eye. It was the Power Rangers ripoff, and I assumed it was gonna fall into another shitty fantasy, but this show actually fucking slaps. And if I had a nickel for every time I'd watch a Power Rangers ripoff that I'd like, I'd have two of them, which isn't crazy, but the fact that it happened twice is because I'm not really much of a Power Rangers guy. So the fact I've been sucked into two of them is insane. This show was funny, and I really wasn't expecting that. Togo gets sent to another world, fighting a goofy ass dude, and wakes up in the middle of nowhere, and 6 months later, he runs into his next teammate. Idora and him make for a great combo. He's overpowered as hell, and she's a mage type trying to get honor back to her name after her father got kicked out of the kingdom. This is where the absurdity happens, because what I really liked about this show is the fact that when he turns into a Power Rangers, the explosions still happen behind him. Exactly like how it happens in Power Rangers, you know, when they transform, everything behind him explodes for some fucking reason. Even the characters question what his problem is and why the explosions always spawn behind him. Later on, they spawn the mecha in the cave, and it gets stuck, or even using the big weapon they have to kill the main beast. They all strike a pose after they hit it. I know it's corny, but I genuinely laughed at this moment because they're all like, what the fuck am I doing this for? It really adds to the charm that most shows wouldn't keep. They buy into the silliness, and I feel like it makes the show stand out. The animation is also really good for the show, and it's kind of from out of nowhere. It's a show you can really turn your brain off and have a good time. And is that fucking Jotaro? It's back again for season 2, and it brings exactly what you think it would bring. More girlfriends, and starting off with a brand new girlfriend who is an eater and struggles to make a connection with everybody. Until they have an eat-off where the whole team goes to their edge trying to win, and the group finally wins the trust of her. We even got the craziest one of them all. A maid, and this maid ain't no normal maid. She has rainbow eyes. They spend the whole episode trying to get her to laugh, so she finally opens her eyes, and guess what? She falls directly in love with Rintaro, and he falls in love with her too. He spends the whole next episode spending all day with her, trying to break this feeling of need and to serve and to help, because she was found by Hikari's mom, where she devoted herself to her, because Hikari's mom made her feel worthy. And Rintaro makes her realize that she is enough, and she is perfect as she is. They even have a goofy ass maid fight, and to make her really feel like she is part of the family, as they all fight for a kiss from Rintaro. They build on everything that made the first season so much fun. You get the fourth wall breaks about the stuff they forget in the manga, and the characters mention it, and it's a really nice, funny, goofy ass moment. The animation is pretty good, and the goofy ass moments are still as goofy, and it will all make you laugh as the group does random shit they do. And there's plenty to like about the show. Plus, I really like how all the characters seem to get the spotlight. This is such a cool premise of a person working a receptionist job where we kind of get to see the inner workings of what the job has in store. Like, we knew that they had to give quests, but did you know they had to have overtime? And Alina hates this shit. She also has a secret that nobody knows about at this point in the story. She's super cracked. Like, she has a problem with the adventures because these fuckers cannot beat shit. They constantly struggle with these dungeons bosses, causing her to have a massive amount of overtime, so she does what any sane person would do with cracked ass powers. She pulls a Thanos, hitting the fine I'll do it myself. But one day, a guildmaster ends up finding out exactly who she is. Now that their main attacker left, he wants her to join the Silver Blade Guild to team up with everybody, but Buddy don't just want her to join the club. He wants her. She declines because she loves the stability of the receptionist job, so now these two's paths constantly cross. Both just end up running into each other, whether the village is getting attacked or she has to save him, or they go on quests together. These two are now forever linked, where maybe she'll end up feeling the same exact way he does. I really like this show. The animation is nice, and it's fun to see people being overpowered and just shitting on everything. Plus, it's cool to see the inner workings of a guild receptionist. We see it in every isekai and fantasy, but we never get to see the inner workings of it, and what it's like to work back there, so it's cool, and now there's an anime about it. When your favorite gacha game gets shut down, what is the best option you can do? Either rot away, wondering where all your money went to, or go find a new hobby. This is exactly what Minami does after her friend recommends join a club, so she tries her hand at mini sports, and she ain't no Serena Williams or Haikyuu, she's more along the lines of Shirogane. Really unathletic, then on her way home, she runs into an old man who will change her life forever. She ended up helping this man all the way to his golf course, and so she tries her hand at it after Haruko said, fuck it, come try this. And she does exactly what I did my first time playing golf, but she found her spark. She finally found something outside of gachas that she really likes, and it's golf. She even got people in there to encourage her and help her get this golf shit down. Golf is so hard to get into as a person that really doesn't care about it. It lacks the excitement of football, soccer, basketball, and even the WWE. But maybe the anime can bridge that gap to make me understand a game that I never really liked, and maybe I could find something in there that I do enjoy. They'll explain stuff to you like how the ball glides through the air, how to set your hands to get a perfect swing, even the best way to use your follow through. It's an all-around a good explanation for people like me who don't really know much about golf and have zero idea how it works. This show is fun and the animation looks great. I've been hyped for this show for some reason. I can't put my finger on it. Maybe because it's a shoujo, or maybe because I was looking forward to a brand new romance that people are hardly talking about. Yuka was a girl bullied back in middle school due to her freezing up, so she was made fun of constantly. She's smart, she just lacks the confidence that her counterpart Kai is full of. He stands out and he's full of that confidence. He tries his best to slowly pull her out of her shell to make her speak her mind. These two even met right when she was finding out what high school she wanted to go to. She got bumped into by some of her bullies and Kai gave her the papers back holding his lemon soda that he always carries around. He even hinted at what school she should go to, pushing her to finally make her stand up for herself, and now she even has the backing of Kai and his friends. She has a new light in her life that always carries around a lemon soda, and the relationship develops into something both they never realized they wanted. She has fully fallen for him, and I've always had a soft spot for romances. They're always nice, cute stories with deep stories that suck you in and you can never seem to get out of, and you just go deeper and deeper and deeper into the romance hole. The art just screams early shoujo, which is such a nice, smooth art style that I've always liked. Reading is something we all learn at a very young age. It's the third thing we learn behind walking and talking. It's an integral part of society in the world we live in. We follow Hana, who from a very young age fell right in love with reciting after seeing it on TV. Now being in middle school, she reads to the younger kids that love hearing the stories that she has to tell. One day, the broadcasting club president from high school she goes to ends up asking her if she wants to join. But she declines because of her being on the island and she wouldn't want to make the ferry that takes them back and forth have to wait on her. But Mitsuki keeps persisting for her to join. We learn fast that Hana isn't confident, doesn't like speaking up about things she wants to do, and Mitsuki is able to break this selfish nature out of her, where she can speak exactly what she wants to do. So finally, after multiple conversations about how much she cares about reciting, she finally announces this selfish decision of wanting to join the broadcast club. And she does exactly that, but runs into some new problems. With having a bunch of new first years, everybody has different views, and is in this club for a different reason. Some use it to make scripts, some to just equally broadcast, and some to recite. But one that stood out to me was Natsu. Her and Hana butt heads a lot, having two different ideologies about reciting. Hana wants to do it for the love of the game, while Natsu wants to do it so she can win gold and feel successful. She's actually made it to the finals, but she did lose. And she feels the same pressure when she reads with Hana. She's very raw at this, but she has a unique talent about making the reader feel exactly what she is reading, teleporting them into a different place, making it feel like they are a part of the story. Natsu isn't the biggest fan of Hana because of this raw ability she just has for her, but we slowly see Hana starts to be more confident in what she says and what she wants. She doesn't want to enter the NHK Cup because she's scared of losing it when reciting is all she got. She feels like she'd let the masses down, but she does want to win that trophy. I really like this show, and I like the back and forth questioning of, is it okay to really want to do something for the fun of it, or do it purely so you can be at the top of the game, which is fun to talk about with yourself because both are valid points. Plus, the animation is really good. I love the fact that they have these moments of when the characters are getting sucked into these reciting moments, they get teleported somewhere else, and we see what they see, what they envision when they hear the story. It's really great. And honestly, this is probably one of my favorite shows out of the whole entire bunch. A man who started way too late to be able to take ice skating super serious, and a girl whose passion for ice skating just started. These two paths would now be connected forever. Inori is someone who isn't confident and doesn't fit in too well, and ice skating is her only safe place. Tsukasa, a man who was unable to really get an ice skating career off the ground because he was way too old to be able to compete and get consistent to get to the high level. Now he's stuck working a job he can't put his full passion into, so they recommend him becoming a coach so he can continue to do what he loves most, and that's ice skating. And that is where everything changes for both of them. The two of them had their first encounter where he gives her some information about where to go for a club because she's so close to the cutoff age, but she's way too afraid to ask her mother about it. After being super depressed at school, her mom finally gives her a shot, and she's cracked at this. She's a natural born talent. But her mom says no because she thinks she'll end up getting fucked over like her sister did, so she tells her to give up and to let this dream die. She's not gonna see another one of her daughters be struck by sadness, but that is when Tsukasa steps in and promises to become her coach, training her because he doesn't want anybody to have the same regret he did. He promises her that he will mold her into becoming the best, where nobody will doubt her, and to help her get that Olympic medal she dreams about. This show is fantastic. I really like how all the characters feel like real people. Inori feels like an 11-year-old. She's timid and shy and lacks self-confidence, but will always surprise you with how well she learns and pays attention. She literally learned how to do basic skating stuff out of a book, look, so her potential is infinite. Tsukasa is exactly how a coach should be, fighting for you to do something you love and to push you into the highest sphere you can possibly go, and to even be there when you're down and to help you get out of this mental rut. They even have some young prodigies who are, one of them is super nice and the other one is an asshole. This show is great and I can't recommend it enough. Sorry, also my mic is still having technical problems, so, you know, I apologize. Soon that will hopefully be fixed. So hopefully everybody did enjoy this video, you know, like, comment, and subscribe. I also plan on doing shorts from some other shows that I did leave out. There were plenty of shows that I left out. So hopefully everybody did enjoy this video, you know, do the usual, like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for the continuous support. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye.